Polygenic inheritance. Poly means many, so called multigenic inheritance or multiple gene inheritance. Phenotypic character in the organism can be classified into two classes: quantitative character and qualitative character. Quantitative character include height, weight, intelligence, etc. Whereas qualitative character comprises of color, shape, appearance of body or its part. Second, quantitative characters show continuous variations. For example, skin color in man is a good example of quantitative character. The skin color is due to presence of pigment melanin, and the skin color depend upon the amount of melanin. When the amount of melanin is more, the skin becomes darker. There is a gradient of the change of the variation of color of the skin from extreme darker to white. So it shows continuous variations. Qualitative characters show discontinuous variations, that is, presence or absence of a particular phenotypic character. They exhibit minimum two contrasting characters. For example, in cattle, they may have horn or no horn. In garden pea, the shape of the seed may be round or wrinkled. Third, the expression of the quantitative character is controlled by polygenic inheritance. Qualitative character express monogenic or oligogenic inheritance. Mono means single, oligo means a few. When several genes present on different loci by their additive or cumulative effect affect the same phenotypic trait, they are called polygenes. Polygenes inherit by polygenic inheritance. Polygenic inheritance is also known as quantitative inheritance. Polygenes are also called minor gene because each gene in such inheritance has a small effect on the phenotypic trait, and their cumulative or additive effect intensify the phenotypic effect. The monogene or oligogene are also called major gene because each gene possesses a major effect on the phenotypic trait. So these are the some difference between the quantitative inheritance and qualitative inheritance. The expression of the quantitative character is the essence of multiple factor hypothesis given by Yole in 1908. This hypothesis was proved experimentally by a Swedish genetist Nilsson Alle in 1908 while working on the inheritance of kernel color in wheat. In the cross, he obtained 3:1, 15:1, 63:1 when he used a single allele pair, two allele pair and three allele pair for colored and white grain in wheat. These results show duplicate gene interaction. Duplicate genes are non-allelic genes which have identical effect on the phenotype. When Nilsson Alle examined this result very closely, he found a marked difference in the coloration of the grain. He easily sorted out them in 4 classes. These are deep or dark red is 1, medium deep red is 4, medium red is 6 and light red is 4. So the 15:1 apparently turned into 1:4:6:4:1. On the basis of this result, Nilsson Alle made some assumptions to explain the inheritance of the kernel color in the wheat. These assumptions are: first, polygenes do not show dominance. So the heterozygotes possess the intermediate color of two homozygotes. Second, one of the allelic pair produce the color is known as positive allele and designated by capital letter R1, R2 and so on. Another member of the allelic pair which doesn't produce the color called negative allele and designated as small r1, small r2 and so on. The intensity of the phenotypic effect is depend upon the number of polygenes involved in the cross. Each positive alleles has small, equal and almost equal effect on the phenotypic trait. The effect of positive alleles are cumulative and additive. Fifth, polygenes do not show linkage. So, the members of the allelic pair assort independently during the gamete formation. Polygenic inheritance can be explained by taking an example of kernel color in wheat grain. Nielsen LA in 1908 crossed the colored variety of wheat with white variety differ in two allelic pair. The red kernel color is due to presence of two genes, capital R1 and capital R2, and the white grain is due to small r1 and small r2. When a colored variety of the wheat homozygous in both R1 and R2 phenotypically deep red and white variety homozygous in both small r1 and small r2 and phenotypically white grain are taken as parent generation. Deep red is male parent and white is female or vice versa are crossed. The deep red is homozygous produce one type of the gamete containing the genotype capital R1, capital R2, and the homozygous white also produce one type of the gamete containing small r1, small r2. These are the gametes produced by parent generation. When these gametes are fused together, they form the F1 generation. The plants of the F1 generation are heterozygous containing the genotype capital R1, small r1, capital R2, small r2, and phenotypically they have medium red grain. We know the heterozygous plant always produce more than one type of the gamete, and during the gamete formation, the members of the allylic pair are separate or segregate from one another. So, the capital R1 and small r1 are separated from one another. Similarly, capital R2 and small r2 also separate and may join either member of the first allylic pair, capital R2, small r2, capital R2, small r2, to produce four different type of the gamete containing the genotype capital R1, capital R2, capital R1, small r2, small r1, capital R2, small r1, small r2. So four type of the male and four type of the female gametes are produced. When the plants of F1 generation are self-pollinated, self-pollination, as they produce four type of the pollens genotypically or male gamete and four types of the eggs or the female gametes. The male gametes having the genotypes are capital R1, capital R2, capital R1, small r2, small r1, capital R2, small r1, small r2. Similarly, the female gamete also possesses the genotype capital R1, capital R2, capital R1, small r2, small r1, capital R2, small r1, small r2. So, the four type of the male and four type of the female gametes are fused randomly to form the 16 type of the zygotic combination. These 16 type of the zygotic combination reveals the phenotypic ratio as all the four capital R producing deep red are present in 1 out of 16 combination. Any 3 of R of red out of the 4 producing medium deep red are present in 4, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Any 2 of red out of the 4 causing medium red grain are present in 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Any 1 R of red out of the 4 causing light red present in 4, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4 out of 16 combination, and all the 4 small r or none of the capital R causing wheat grain are present in 1 out of 16 combination. So we have 5 type of the phenotypes in the ratio of 1, 4, 6, 4 and 1. This ratio modify the Mendelian dihybrid F2 ratio, which is 9, 3, 3, 1. The polygenic inheritance differ from the Mendelian or monogenic inheritance in the sense that in Mendelian inheritance, the F1 hybrid resemble any of the parent, whereas in polygenic inheritance, the F1 individual possess intermediate character of both the parents. And second, in Mendelian inheritance, in dihybrid ratio, the dominants are more in number, whereas in polygenic inheritance, the intermediate are more in number and the parental combinations are less in number. So these are the two main difference between the polygenic inheritance and monogenic or Mendelian inheritance. In polygenic inheritance, phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation can be calculated statistically with the help of Pascal's triangle. It is based on the binomial expansion of the binomial equation a plus b to the power n. This one is the Pascal triangle. Each row represents the expansion of the binomial equation as the equation a plus b to the power represent the 0 row, a plus b to the power 1 represent the first row, a plus b to the power 2 represent the second row, and so on up to the equation a plus b to the power n. The sum of the each row is the power of the base 2, that is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. These number represent the zygotic combination in the F2 generation. We can construct the Pascal triangle by writing number 1 at the top, and in the next row we write 2, 1 to form a triangle. In subsequent row, start and end with 1. We compute the interior term by summing the two value above it as 1 plus 1 2, 1 plus 2 3, 2 plus 1 3, 1 plus 3 4, 3 plus 3 6, 3 plus 1 4. In this way we can compute the interior term. When we consider a single allelic pair or one allelic pair in the polygenic inheritance, we get the phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation 1:2:1, which is the expansion of the binomial equation a plus b to the power 2, and we get the 3 type of the phenotype. In case of two allelic pair, we get the phenotypic ratio in out of the 16 combination 1:4:6:4:1, which is the expansion of the binomial equation a plus b to the power 4, and we get the number of the phenotype 5. In case of 3 allelic pair, we get the phenotypic ratio 1:6:15:20:15:6:1, which is the expansion of the binomial equation a plus b to the power 6. In one allelic pair, there are two alleles. In two allele pair there are 4 alleles, and in 3 allele pair there are 6 alleles. So the power represent the number of the allele. In this way, by addition of one allele pair, the number of the phenotype increased by 2, as in case of 4 allele pair, the number of the phenotypes increased and would be 9. So, in this way, with the Pascal triangle, we can calculate the phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation and number of the phenotype for any number of the allele pair. When the frequency distribution histogram of the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation are plotted, the histogram tend to be continuous and bell shaped. In the middle, the frequency distribution is more, and this frequency distribution decrease gradually on both the sides. So the frequency distribution histogram of the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation in polygenic inheritance is always bell shaped. Thank you.